Boom.
No skills.
Is that really number one?
The video first.
Welcome back, guys. What we're going to talk about is a bit different this video. I decided that, you know, we've got a lot of V-Juice reviews and, like, I kind of want to mix content up a little bit. I don't want it always to be about just juice because, you know, I'm trying to get other stuff. And this is going to be quite fun for us all. This is personally my top 5 things that I wish that I knew before I started vaping. And I'm just thinking, like, what are the 5 things if I could go back to my, you know, before vaping self? And what would I do? What would I say to myself about vaping? So I'm thinking, I don't know, let's make a list. So let's start all straight away. Number 1. In my honest opinion, I think number 1 is do not go out and just buy the most fabulous, most beautiful looking, up-to-date, most expensive gear that you can find. Because I did it. I went from vaping from like an ego twist stick thing that was really shit stuff with the clearamizers and everything. Then I was like checking out YouTube and stuff and I was like, what's a Limitless? What's a Snow Wolf? And I had to go out and I had to spend so much money. I remember I had to go buy the box and I had to buy 3 batteries or 2 batteries, a charger and everything. I was kitted up to fuck. Like I was the coolest vapor dude in Hull. And I was just rolling around like this is the most expensive thing I own. So yeah, I went out, I ended up with like a copper Limitless, I ended up with a Snow Wolf, and I ended up with like a Velocity dripper. And do you know what, like I got it all set up, it was cool, I was showing people how many clouds I could throw, because that's the only thing I gave a shit about, by the way. I wasn't bothered about flavor chasing. All I wanted to do was create the biggest fucking clouds that I could. So I was set up with all this gear with no idea. And when it came to, like, you know, it was tasting bad and everything, I had no idea what to do. I had no idea how to really rebuild the dripper. I had no idea, like, the power. I didn't understand Ohm's law. I didn't understand any of this stuff. I just had the most expensive stuff with no idea how to use it. And it was kind of stupid because what I ended up doing was going straight back to the ego twist thing. Because like, I couldn't really use these big boxes. I hadn't a clue what I was doing, but I was trying to keep up with everybody else. I was trying to be on top of my game with everybody else just to fit in. You can just be yourself. You buy what you want to buy. So that's number 1. Do not go chasing after the most newest, up-to-date, fabulous products. Don't do it. You'll regret it. I'm going to say that number 2 should probably be know your budget. Kind of going on from the previous number 1. You don't go in there with like the most cash. Like if you've got a whole monthly paycheck or something and you're thinking I need to buy everything with this money, you do not want to be going out and spending way too much on vape stuff. Because what you'll do, exactly like I did, I was stuck, I had no money left and I was like, God, I've got all these cool things, no money to buy juice, no money to buy all the coils, all the wick and everything like I needed. Damn! So yeah, just know your budget. You buy what you need to buy for your budget. That's all I'm saying. So if you've got, you know, a certain amount of money put aside that you can afford to pay for on vaping stuff, go ahead and use it if that's what you've got set out. But do not go and end up like spending and splashing out on the best stuff just because you think you can. Because the likelihood is you don't need it, not right now. Just buy to your budget. So if you can afford a Snow Wolf, or if you could afford the RX200, if you could afford the Limitless, and you're thinking, well, I will go into dripping, go and buy just that. Don't go out and buy every single accessory that you need with it, because there's a lot. And you can end up rinsing through money faster than you can think. Like crazy stuff you can buy for vaping. There's everything. You can buy more batteries, you can buy a charger that does 1 million batteries at once. You don't really need that shit. And just enjoy vaping for what it is. Okay, number 3, which I think is a very important one. You should research your juice. It's kind of going to be mixed in with trying juice because I was one of those people that I started to get worried in like the vape shops and stuff. Like I'd walk in, I'd be like, oh, do you have a pineapple flavor? And the guy would just be all like, I have 1 million pineapple flavors. I'll have all of them. Do not be afraid to ask the vendor or whoever you're like shopping with about the juice. I mean, make sure you know about VG, PG, your nicotine ratio and how nicotine affects the flavor and stuff. Because it does, and especially the PG. Like if you can get, like, my personal favourite is probably 60-40, but you know that's different for everybody. I've got friends who only really like 70-30s and stuff like that. But just do your research. If you want to be going in there like a fucking Wikipedia of vaping juice, because then you don't get ripped off. You don't end up buying the junk stuff. You don't end up buying like leftovers. You'll know what you're doing. You're clued up, and you're gonna end up with the juice that you really like. And then you've got the whole library of juices to look through, which is fantastic because there's absolutely millions of juices. Watch reviews. I mean, you're already watching like my channel, which is normally juice reviews and stuff like that. If you're thinking about going out and buying, I don't know, Cosmic Fog, Milk and Honey, you just go on Google, search YouTube or anything. You can search all of this as people do blogs, people do vlogging, people who do reviews. they're going to give you at least an idea of how it is. Because I mean, like, I've bought juices in the past before I did this, and like, I've been looking for juices. I'm trying to find watermelon flavors, so you end up going and buying every single thing that has a watermelon in it. If I look back at some juices that I've bought and looked on YouTube, people have rinsed them and told me how rubbish they are. And if I found that earlier, that'd been so much more helpful than just going in and trusting someone who's trying to sell me it. The likelihood is, if the juice sucks, they're going to want to get rid of it. So they're going to tell you whatever the fuck you want to hear to get rid of it. If you buy it, it's absolutely the best juice in the world. I'm not going to see you again. There's, like I say, YouTube's your biggest friend. I mean, like, vaping is kind of like, especially around Hull, there's a lot of shops, but I kind of feel like a lot of the shops are run by people who don't know even as much as I know. And that kind of sucks. You walk in, they talk to you like you're this big, and they're like the big wigs of vaping world, and really you're thinking to yourself, people who don't know what you think they're doing, they're going to have to trust this person. But the fact is that really you've got YouTube as your friend. There's people like Big Lou with his East Coast review. He does absolutely loads of different things. He shows you how to, from like patina in copper all the way through to mod reviews. And then you got the big wigs like Rip Trippers. I mean, he's been around for as long as I can remember. I used to watch him when I first started vaping, and he was an influence to why I bought some of the stuff I bought. So just don't be afraid to YouTube and believe the reviewers, because no one's trying to like catch you out. I don't think people really get paid to make you go buy something. I'd never try and tell you guys to buy something or like be using a certain product. I wouldn't do that, especially not the RX200, which can be upgraded all the way to like 250 watts now. Or the UL Crown, and you know, them coils are coming down in price. They're quite good. I won't ever tell you to buy anything. Not my perfect setup. Don't go buy it for my account. The last one as well, guys, in my opinion, is something that I did when I first started vaping and stuff. Try and avoid rip-offs or clones. Now, I'm not saying that they're terrible. Like, I've had clones that I still use today. And I don't think they're bad. Like, I couldn't afford the real deal at the time, so I had a clone. It made me feel good. You know, people didn't really see that it was a clone, so I was like, well, you know, yeah, it's the real deal. The truth is now that I look at it, like my real Limitless versus a clone Limitless, you can tell the difference. And personally, I think it's more the trust in the manufacturing. Like, you know, there is no comeback if something goes wrong with a clone. Especially like clone juices. Like, fair enough if you've got like someone you know who can make clone juice. Like, we know people who can make like the unicorn milk really well. I think someone leaked all the ingredients. Like, you know, I don't like that he leaked them, but I'm not upset. Like, I've never bought a unicorn milk since down the back alley. Just, if you can afford to buy the real deal, buy the real deal. You'll get all the support you will from the manufacturer, and you know, it's better for you, honestly. Just trust me that sometimes clones can be really bad. And as for a bonus one, I think if I was going to include a bonus one, which I am, I reckon it's join groups. Like, just search like vaping, then put your town or your city, because the likelihood is you're not alone. If there's shops in your town, there's probably enough people vaping to warrant that shop opening. Like in Hull, we've got like the Vaping Avengers page, and there's like buy and trade and sell. Like, these are filled with people like-minded who are vaping as well. And what I like about vaping, which is why I probably end up like embracing it so much, is how like it's just there's so many different people, all kinds of people, male, female, alien, and there is a few weird people. They're all friendly. So you're going to find groups local to you, and they can be the source of everything you ever need to know. Because if you need to know about a coil build, you need to know about where to buy replacement glass, you want to know about a different tank, the likelihood is someone in your town has tried it, got it, trying to sell it. Action! Okay guys, so that was it. My 5 things, like I said, don't agree with them. Just listen to them if you have already listened to them. Yeah, I mean, this is my personal opinion. This is what I would say to myself if I could go back. It's probably different. Everybody's different. You've got your own opinions about everything. Me personally, these are 5 things that I would have probably wanted to know about. Thanks for watching the video. It's a bit different to what we normally do. I'm going to try it out. Might not do another one. It depends if people like it. I'll probably find some other 5 things I can tell you about. So yeah, thank you for watching. I'm going to chuck 2 videos up top just for you to click in case you wanted to watch an e-juice review. Subscribe to my channel right down here if you want to. If you don't have to. I mean, I like it. For every subscriber I get, a bottle of e-juice goes to a dying vapor. True story. So until next time, guys, I've been Lou from Royal Flush Vaping, and welcome to the Flush family. It's a new thing. All my t-shirts say it, welcome to the Flush family. Ha! Gay! Okay, thank you so much for watching. If you are a subscriber, which you probably are already because you're at the end clip. Jamie, stop. A little update. I managed, as some of you was on the live stream that I did, I've managed to nail down live streaming. So just like a questions and answers, like I want to hear your thoughts on the videos, and the live stream really helps with that because I've had people comment, throw up some ideas. I mean, this is where this one came from, which is pretty handy and helpful. So I'm going to try and get into that. Thank you again for watching, and as always...